The government is issuing an order with immediate effect under the Emergencies Act, authorizing Canadian financial institutions to temporarily cease providing financial services where the institution suspects that an account is being used to further the illegal blockades and occupations.
So Justin Trudeau is moving in full force to stop the protests going. So he's trying to eliminate the people's right to protest in Canada. So if we thought that Australia was bad, wait, what's going to happen in Canada? He basically is not happy with all that's happened. For the past 2 years, the Canadians were listening to his speeches, were following the orders and following the mandates, but at some stage they said enough is enough because they know what's going on around the world. The nations and the countries are basically standing up for themselves, and the nations are getting out restrictions. Bar one in Ireland, where you still have the COVID certificate, digital ID, to travel from one country to another. But he's not happy. He has no connections to World Economic Forum. He has no connections to Klaus Schwab. He has no connections to Great Reset. Wait, what?
This order covers both personal and corporate accounts. Third, we are directing Canadian financial institutions to review their relationships with anyone involved in the illegal blockades and report to the RCMP or CSIS.
It's going to hit hard in the people's pockets. This is the way to do it. This is the way to stop everything. Like basically GoFundMe just stopped, just took all the money, and they're going to be we're going to be repaying the money back into the people's pockets. But GoFundMe stopped funding the protest, transfer the money to the truckers because the protests were too peaceful. Maybe that's the reason.
As of today, a bank or other financial service provider will be able to immediately freeze or suspend an account without a court order.
So what happens now is this is great. No, this is not the Great Reset in action. Has no connections to WEF, has no connections to Klaus Schwab, and whatever the people with tinfoil hats were telling you back in the day, back in 2021, that might happen, and there you go. It's not happening. Never happens. It's not going to happen in Canada. Not going to happen anywhere. It might happen to you. And what happens? These emergency powers, what they're telling you is they're going to affect everyone. They're telling you they're going to be looking into everyone that's connected to it. But trust me, if you want to look, if you want to find something, you will find it. And they will find everything on anyone. So monitoring phone conversations, monitoring the social media activity, as monitoring your location based on your phone usage and stuff like that. That's not going to happen in Canada. That's just 2021 conspiracy stuff, isn't it? But there you go. It hits us hard, and it's going to hit you in the pocket. And if you support him, you have no money. So basically what happens at the moment is we're waiting on response from the truckers. What's going to happen next? What way is it going to go down? Is it actually going to go down to the boiling point that's it, enough is enough? Is there going to be a vote of no confidence, Justin Trudeau? That's the question.
In doing so, they will be protected against civil liability for actions taken in good faith. Federal government institutions will have a new broad authority to share relevant information with banks and other financial service providers to ensure that we can all work together to put a stop to the funding of these illegal blockades. The government is...
So basically the illegal blockades, so the truckers protest in Ottawa, that's all illegal. The emergency powers are in. And if you thought that Australia was bad, Canada just said, hold my beer. Guys, 2 in a row in one day. We're on fire.